no place, child. This is terrible. Violence, mayhem, drug bust.
Have you seen the sports page?
This is it. I'm tired tonight.
Not too tired, I hope.
Daddy, do we have anybody interesting in our family?
What brought that up?
Homework.
Well, your mother used to be interested.
Don't make no big plans for bedtime here. What's your homework?
I have to write a composition for English class. My most interesting ancestor.
My grandmother told me about a great uncle who became a mountain man. Trouble is, I don't remember his name.
That's no help.
Offhand, I can't think of anyone too exciting. What about you, old woman?
You're asking for it. There's Jackson Hurley.
Who is Jackson Hurley?
My father's uncle. Worked at the post office for 42 years.
That's it?
Yeah. See, when I was a little girl, I used to go down to the post office, and he'd stamp my forehead, special delivery.
And he stamped it too hard.
You're gonna need that electric blanket tonight.
Come on, there are kids in my class who related to politicians, inventors, and musicians.
So, you've got a whole lot of decent, hard-working folks in your family. It's not who you're related to that counts, it's who you are.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'll go make up somebody.
No, wait a minute. Now, my Aunt Lucy was a brakeman for the Pennsylvania Railroad. She could stop a train on a dime and give you 9 cents change.
A brakeman?
Well, it beats a forehead stamper.
A lady brakeman?
Yeah.
It's different. A world-famous lady brakeman.
Wait a minute. Who said anything about world famous?
Literary license, Mom.
A lady brakeman.
Don't feel bad, baby. You got all those decent, hard-working folks in your family, and I got a world-famous lady brakeman.
Whoopee! A choo-choo stopper.
That's cold, baby.
And that's what you're going to be tonight without me for your blanket.
Oh, Mary, don't be silly. So what if you're descended from
Yahoo.
Thank you, Pearl.
You're welcome.
It's not important anyway.
I know it. It's not important to me. It's important to Lester.
Well, I'm related to some famous people, but I don't shoot my mouth off about them.
Like who?
Adam and Eve.
We're all related to Adam and Eve, Pearl.
But I knew them personally.
Anyway, I don't care if I'm not related to nobody famous. Do you, Rose?
Well, I am.
Who?
Well, I've been told I'm 14th cousin to Billy D. Williams.
Well, that's too bad. That means you can never marry him.
Don't tell him he'll be crushed.
No, it won't.
Ooh, here comes Sandra. Ooh, the way she walks.
One of them hips break loose, somebody gonna get killed.
Oh, afternoon, ladies. If it isn't the Stoop sisters. Who we ripping apart today?
Nobody worth mentioning.
Sandra, do you have anybody exciting in your family tree?
Oh, yes. You're looking at them. Why do you ask?
Well, Mary was talking about her roots.
Oh? Well, you know, Mary, it is time for a touch-up.
Mary was tracing her family tree.
I was not. I think it's silly to brag about things like that.
Nothing, huh?
Not nothing. Mary's related by marriage to a tycoon in the railroad industry. Private caboose and everything.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's nice, I suppose. Me, I'm descended from royalty.
Really?
No kidding.
I don't usually mention it, seeing as how modesty chic this year. But I am a royal blue-blooded descendant of a 16th century Moroccan emir.
What the heck is that?
An emir's a prince, darling. A royal prince. Stick that in your caboose.
You got the caboose, baby.
come from?
The basement. Whew. Whew, thank you. We've been storing it for Aunt Winnie ever since she left Uncle Joe.
Well, what's in it?
I hope it ain't Uncle Joe. Aunt Winnie said there's a lot of old family papers in here. I called all the rest of the Hurley family and nothing. I was beginning to think the Hurley family tree had root rot. Ooh. Ooh, would you look at all this stuff?
Mary, why are you doing this?
For Brenda. I mean, she's struggling in English. The least I can do is support her.
Mm-hmm. And this has nothing to do with Sandra.
Of course not. Why do people save all this junk?
I don't know, but I think you better take a look at this.
What's that? Corporal Mordecai Hurley, 54th Infantry. 1863.
Mary, you got an ancestor who fought in the Civil War.
It better have been for the North. Oh, look at this. 54th Massachusetts Colored Infantry. The most decorated black regiment in the Civil War.
Girl, we get pay dirt!
Ooh, Sandra, eat your heart out.
Wait a minute. I thought this was for Brenda.
That too.
Hi, Mom. Hi, I'm Rose.
Brenda, guess what?
You're descended from a Civil War hero.
I wanted to tell her.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm
Wow, that's great. How'd you find out?
Your Aunt Winnie's trunk? We were rummaging around. We found all this.
Do you mind? We were rummaging around and we found this old photo of Corporal Mordecai Hurley. We've got an honest-to-goodness Civil War hero in the family. What do you think about that?
It's neat.
It's neat. Honey, this is the stuff great essays are made of.
But Mom already finished my Brakeman essay. I don't want to start all over.
But Brenda, I went through a lot of trouble for this. We're related to a legitimate figure in American history. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it means I got to start all over.
I don't understand the attitude of kids these days. Honey, this is an important project you're doing.
Mom, I'd love to change it, but I got a lot of other homework to do.
Brenda, you don't understand. You'll be the hit of the class.
Well, if I outlined it, would you type it?
You asking me to do your homework for you?
I know, that wouldn't be right. I guess I'll just stick with Aunt Lucy the Brakeman.
I'll get the typewriter.
Well...
Now, honey, I am not trying to tell you what to write, but Mordecai Hurley is it. It's different, it's exciting, and I got a great title for you. Hurley's Hero.
Sounds good. But let me think about it, okay, Mom?
Thought you weren't going to do her homework for her.
I'm not doing it, I'm guiding it. How should I break the news to Sandra?
Well, why don't you hire a skywriter?
Yeah!
Mary, that's not a very Christian attitude.
Yeah, you're right. I can't wait to stick it to her.
She'll be here. She's got to go to work.
She gonna miss her 8:15 bus.
She won't miss it. That bus driver always waits for her.
Morning, ladies.
Sandra, speaking of ancestors, do you remember yesterday when you told me about that wonderful emir that you had in your family? What'd you say his name was?
Well, I don't know his name. They called him Your Highness.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I have something that I think might interest you and your hiney. Yesterday, when I...
Mary's related to a Civil War hero, Corporal Mordecai Hurley from the most decorated black regiment in the war. Did it again.
That's really something, Mary.
Thank you.
You look a little tired, Mary. Did you stay up all night thinking that one up?
Oh, I didn't have to. I have it documented, postmarked, and photographed.
Sort of beats the pants off your Emil.
Oh, Sandra, your bus is at the corner.
He'll wait. That's that woman driver.
Just not your day, is it? Wonderful, marvelous.
Well, here's the old Mordecai. Wiped out my brakeman, but he sure made my wife happy.
Honey, you should have seen Sandra's face. Even her makeup was cracking with envy. Well, what's that for?
For being right. I was talking to everybody at school today about Corporal Hurley, and they think it's great. Oh, I'm so excited about it. I started my report all over. Oh, I'm going to go tell Tiffany. I can't wait to get to my homework.
Was that our daughter? Is she ill?
I'll get it. Hi, Miss Clark. Mom, it's Miss Clark.
I wonder what she wants. Sandra?
Evening, Mary. I just came by to thank you.
Oh?
Mary, you made me stop and think this morning. I had no right to brag about something for which I had no proof. So I went to the library.
You went to the library?
Well, I grant you, Mary, that most of us are just too busy living life to waste time reading about it. On the other hand, you did cast aspersions about my Moroccan ancestor, so I looked him up. Actually, I didn't look him up. This handsome, young librarian helped me. He seemed to enjoy squeezing through the stacks with me. And none of your business. But the truth is, Mary, about that Emir, I couldn't find a thing about him.
Well, it was big of you to admit it.
Yes, I know. However, as long as I was there, I said to my young man librarian, I said, Philly, why don't we look up my good friend Mary's soldier boy hero?
Oh?
So we squeezed through some more stacks. And guess what we found out about dear brave Mordecai Hurley?
I haven't the faintest idea.
I'll help you. I made some copies while I was there.
What's that?
A diary kept by Cyrus Johnson, a soldier who fought alongside Mordecai. Go ahead. Read it.
August 7th. What's that for?
For when you need to sit down.
The rebels hit us hard yesterday. I was caught in a trench with my buddies, Clement, Bartholomew, and Stephen.
Keep going, keep going.
We just couldn't get over what that skunk Mordecai Hurley did to us.
A little louder.
Who would have thought good old Mordecai would turn out to be such a coward?
Sing it.
Last night, when the fighting got its fiercest, he deserted our unit.
Bring it on home.
We would have shot him for doing it, but the sneak escaped disguised in a woman's dress.
How sweet it is. Now, Mary, I would say that my Emir beat the pants off your hero, but evidently, he wasn't wearing any.
I don't believe this. Mordecai Hurley, a coward.
A coward in a dress. And knowing his descendants, probably a tacky one.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where would a man find a dress in the middle of a battlefield?
Just read on. In a woman's dress, made out of our regiment's Union flag.
There's got to be an explanation.
Right. He was auditioning for a USO production of La Cage aux Folles.
Mom, guess what? Calvin's gonna interview me for the school paper about Mordecai Hurley. Have you heard about Mordecai, Miss Clark?
In depth.
I'm doing a composition about him for English class. My most interesting ancestor. I haven't even turned it in yet, and I'm a celebrity.
Brenda, there's something you should...
Hear directly from me. I think it's wonderful about Mordecai. You should be very proud, Brenda.
Thanks, Miss Clark. I've got to go finish my composition.
Mary, you didn't tell me this was for Brenda's school project. I don't want to hurt her.
Well, I'd rather she hear it from me than from somebody else.
Well, why? I won't tell if you won't tell. Oh, Mary, come on now. I am completely satisfied that you were embarrassed, mortified, and humiliated. Hey, my fun is over. It'll be our little secret.
If you don't mind, I can handle my own daughter's problems.
Hey, okay. But from now on, you'll know I know, and I'll know you know I know. You know? I can't wait to see your face whenever the flag goes by.
That mess you made in there is burning.
Ha ha. You better sit down and read this.
What's this?
It's not funny.
Yes, it is. Ran away in a dress made from the flag, some hero.
Oh, it's not that funny.
I was thinking, if they caught him, they'd have to hang him at half-mast.
You don't seem to understand, Lester. We've got a problem.
I ain't got no problem. I got a nice, honest lady brakeman.
Oh, you make me sick. I'm talking about Brenda. Not only is she doing a composition on Mordecai, she's been bragging about him all over school.
Uh-oh. Have you told her?
Not yet.
Well, Brenda's strong. She can handle it. Fortunately, she has some Jenkins blood in her.
Brenda! Brenda! Come out here a minute.
Yeah, Mom?
Honey, I want to talk to you about something. And you know what? This will be a perfect night to go to the movies. I'll get our coats.
Oh, no. The last time we went to the movies on a school night, you ended up telling me Fluffy went to cat heaven.
Brenda. Now what?
It's Calvin. He's gonna interview me.
This is Calvin Dobbs, your roving reporter. Live at the Jenkins residence. Good evening, Mr. Jenkins. Or are you going to change your name back to Hurley now?
Calvin, what do you want?
Mom, I told you he's gonna interview me for the paper.
Hey, not just you, Brian. I'm going to do a feature on the whole family. From breaks to bravery. Excuse me, Mr. Jenkins. Tell me, how does it feel to be somebody all of a sudden?
Goodbye, Calvin.
But I'm not done yet.
Yes, you are, Calvin.
Calvin, if you don't mind, we want to talk to Brenda about something.
But, Mrs. Jenkins, this is my first big story. I could be the next Brian Gump.
And when you hit the steps, don't stumble.
How's he gonna like us if you keep throwing him out?
This may come as a surprise to you, but there are some things in life more important than Calvin. This is about Mordecai Hurley. You better sit down, honey.
Uh-oh.
Now, let's see. How should I put this?
Mordecai deserted his buddies in the middle of a battle.
Worse, he was disguised in a dress made from our country's flag.
So what are you gonna do now?
Change schools.
Hey, it's only a composition.
But I bragged about it to everybody. They'll all be laughing at me. Mom, can't I just turn it in the way it is? Nobody will know the truth if I don't say anything.
Well, you'll know. Honey, it's morally wrong.
I could live with that.
The truth always has a way of coming out, baby.
See, Mom, I could have just turned in my report about Dad's Aunt Lucy. But you had to go digging around for something better.
Brenda.
I don't see why I can't be allowed to do my own homework.
Wait a minute. Where are you going?
The stoop. I need some air.
Did you hear how she talked to me?
Yeah, and she was right.
What?
We're talking about pride.
Yeah, you're right. She's probably afraid her classmates will laugh at her.
I'm not talking about her pride. I'm talking about your pride. Well, think about it. First, you wanted to find a relative more important than mine. That was pride. Then you wanted to find one more important than Sandra's. That was pride. Now you're scared to death Calvin's gonna find out the truth, so you throw him out the door. All pride. Not that I'm against throwing Calvin out the door.
Well, I was just trying to help her.
Come on. They don't judge a composition on who your relatives are. They judge it on how you write it.
I hate it when you're right. Hi. You mind some company? Okay. You want to talk?
No.
Let me put it like this. We're gonna talk.
Why?
Because I want to apologize.
I'll cherish that when I'm in a convent in Bolivia.
Oh, Bryn.
I'm sorry, Mommy. I just can't go back to school. I feel like a fool.
Well, join the club. I should have kept my big mouth shut. Okay, I went overboard this time. At least I know why old Mordecai was never mentioned in the family. You know you gotta go back to school, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll go through it together.
You going to school with me?
Oh, no.
I've been laughed at before. I'm just glad they don't use dunce caps anymore.
You know, this would all be pretty funny if he was somebody else's relative. It's still funny.
What?
Well, think about it. The family's big hero running off in a skirt. Hey, wait a minute. Your assignment was to write about your most interesting ancestor.
Mordecai sure fits that.
Well, then that's it. Write about that. Write the truth.
The truth?
Sure. If you don't want folks laughing at your child, you got to make them laugh with you.
Yeah. Maybe Calvin still has time to put it in the paper.
Brad, wait. I don't know if I want the whole world to know it. Hey, where y'all been?
To the grocery store. When you go at night, you go together, honey.
Any more news on the big hero, Mordecai Hurley?
That's Mordecai.
Mary knows what I'm talking about.
What she's talking about is the 54th Massachusetts Regiment. Was a great outfit, but old Mordecai was a drag.
Really?
In more ways than one.
What? I'll say it was. Let me tell you, I'll tell you.
Oh,
exactly.
honey, I can tell. Yeah, honey, when they last saw Mordecai, he was switching off to the heels in a dress.
No.
Yeah, red, white, and blue child. Oh, yeah, with a yellow streak.
No.
Is that what you wanted to say, dear? Child. Oh, what a beautiful night.
I bet Dinah don't think so.
I know she don't.
What you mean?
Charles ran out on her.
Charles and Dinah?
Mm-hmm.
Charles and Dinah down the street?
He did. Yes, he did.
Well, what happened?
He ran off with one of those young girls in his office.
It's always a young girl.
Oh, that's a shame. Dinah was so crazy about Charles. I know she devastated.
Well, it's her own fault.
What'd she do, drive him to the airport?
No. But in my day, women knew how to hold on to their husbands.
Well, how did you hold on to yours, Pearl?
Which one?
Which one?
How many did you have?
3. 3's always been my lucky number.
You've been married 3 times, Pearl?
Uh-huh.
Don't seem like you did too much holding on yourself.
Well, after the first one, I learned the danger sign.
What danger sign?
Well, number one, they forget to say I love you. Number two, the first thing they say when they come home is what's for dinner. Number three, they forget what you look like. And number four, they start moving and breathing all together. Oh, that's the worst one.
Well, I don't know how you come up with all this stuff.
Well, it's a fact. If a woman don't heed the signs, she's gonna lose the man.
Well, why is it always the woman's fault?
I know what you mean, Rose. It ain't the woman's fault because the man runs off.
What do you mean, I know what you mean? You know you ain't got nothing to worry about. Let's ain't going nowhere, girl.
I know it.
That's what Dinah thought about y'all. Well, it's the truth. If a woman don't hold on to her man, somebody else will.
Somebody get that. You ready? Yeah, I have to get my lunch. Come on in. Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes, Tiffany. In school, they make us do that. Why would you want to do it if nobody's forcing you?
It's good for you, honey.
Are you sure? Because you look like you're going to die.
We're going, Mom.
Okay. Now be careful crossing the street.
And you be careful touching your toes.
Are lunch ready?
It's on the table.
Okay. Move it!
You after my life insurance, aren't you?
I couldn't resist, baby.
I'm just doing this for you. I'm trying to look nice for you.
Well, don't overdo it. You know spring chicken.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
Ain't nothing. Neither one of us is getting any younger. I gotta go. I'll see you tonight. Bye.
Lester,
Yeah.
do you love me?
I just kissed you, didn't I?
It wasn't much of a kiss.
Mary, it's early in the morning. My lips aren't awake yet.
Just answer the question.
Oh, you know I do. What brought this up all of a sudden?
It's not all of a sudden. I think about it a lot.
Look, I'm gonna be late, and they don't take being in love with your wife as an excuse. Bye.
Lester! Lester, you still haven't answered me.
Baby, we've been married for 23 years. You think I've been faking it all this time?
Well, I need to be reassured.
You need to eat, too. So I gotta go to work. Now, bye.
Morning, Mary.
Oh, good morning, Rose.
Woo, how you feeling this morning?
Dumb.
I beg your pardon?
I guess when a man is rushing off to work, it's not a good time to ask if he loves you.
Oh, but you did.
Yes.
And what did he say?
I gotta go to work, Mary.
Morning, ladies.
Oh, Sandra, off to work?
Yes, another day of meeting the challenge of the business world. While others meet the challenge of dirty laundry.
What's so challenging about being a receptionist?
A lot more than being a housewife. I put people on hold. I press intercom buttons. I validate people's parking tickets. I can do it all. I am today's woman.
Oh, please. Now, if that's today's woman, I hate to think about tomorrow.
Oh, Sandy.
Oh, Harriet, what are you doing here?
Sis, you have got to help me out. John's mother is sick. We have to visit her for the weekend, and it's no place for kids. So, could Susie stay with you?
Can she what?
Our regular sitter isn't available. And you know how crazy she is about you. She just loves it when you visit.
Ooh, that'd be a sorry woman. Sandra playing mother.
Maybe she can put the kid on hold.
Oh, Harriet, I'm busy this weekend. I have social obligations. Why can't John go see a sick mother by herself?
Oh, Sandy, you know John. He gets weak in the knees whenever he sees a sick person.
Yeah, you didn't exactly marry Rambo, did you?
I thought you could do it all.
I can handle it. I'll do it.
Oh, thank you, sis. I'll bring her over tonight. Bye.
What y'all laughing at?
Oh, we're happy for you. Now you're really today's woman. And if I don't get my act together with Lester, I'm going to be yesterday's woman.
Oh, Mary, there's no reason for you to feel insecure. Your marriage is as solid as the Rock of Gibraltar.
That's what Dinah thought. Then some floozer ran off with her piece of the rock.
Wow. Mom is beautiful.
Oh, do you really think so?
Yeah, I know Daddy's gonna love it.
Oh, I hope so. You know, your father is not the most observant man in the world.
Hey, 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 I'm home. Oh, let's see. Hi, babe. How was school today, sugar?
Fine.
What's for dinner? I'm starving. Your back go out again?
No!
Good. I'm gonna go wash up.
Lester!
Oh, I forgot. I love you. I've been practicing that all day. I've just been walking around saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. A couple other guys looked at me real strange.
That's not what I meant.
Well, what then?
My dress.
Oh, that's very nice. You haven't worn it in a while, have you? I always liked that dress. Why don't you wear it more often? Oh. I love you.
Hi, Mary. I hope I didn't catch you in the middle of dinner.
Oh, no, we haven't sat down yet. Brenda, honey, put the food on the table.
Okay.
Mary, that's a new dress, isn't it? Oh, I love that. You look so elegant.
Thank you. What do you want?
My sister dropped off little Susie, but she left before I could ask her what to feed her.
Well, how old is she?
6. Mary, what do you think she'll like better? Linguine with clam sauce or assorted sushi?
Well, that depends. Is she Italian or Japanese? Oh, girl. Fix her a salad, broil a meat patty, and mashed potato.
Mashed potato? That sounds so physical, Mary.
Then it ought to be right up your alley. Sandra, fix us some fresh vegetables and fruit. You got any apples?
I used to eat an apple a day, but I'm dating this doctor now, and I definitely don't want to keep him away.
Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Lester. Thanks, Mary. Oh, and Mary, I do love that new dress. Don't you, Lester?
Oh, is that a new dress?
Which you didn't notice.
Look, I'm sorry, baby. I'm not some guy here to pick up a gal for a date. I'm a husband home from a hard day's work. I'm too bleary-eyed to notice every little thing.
Bleary-eyed is right.
Mom, dinner's on the table.
Oh, thank you, dear. You know, Ken always notices what Thelma wears.
Thelma is a large woman. It's hard not to notice.
That's not the point. What I mean is he adores her and he lets her know it.
Yeah, it's sickening.
The food's getting cold.
In a minute, Brenda. You could be a little more attentive, you know.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Well, you could surprise me with flowers sometimes, besides Mother's Day. Ken always surprises Thelma.
Remind me to smack Ken next time I see him.
Do you want me to put the food back in the oven?
We'll be there, Brenda. Would it hurt you to be a little more attentive? I bet if I died, you wouldn't even miss me.
Now, that's the most foolish thing I've ever heard.
It is?
Yeah, because the way you keep hassling me, I'm sure to die first.
Where you going, Mom?
To my room. I'm going to change clothes. Why wear a new dress for a man who can't see?
Your mom.
Your wife.
That's all you want me for, Lester, is to wash your shorts. And your shirts. Oh, Lester, what am I going to do with you?
If that's all you got left of him, I'd forget him.
I don't know what happens to men. I mean, when it comes to baseball, basketball, and football, they stay interested. But try asking them to go out and have a ball. Then it's, I'm too tired, baby. Let's look at TV, honey. I think when a man gets married, something in him dies.
But, Mary, you got a good marriage. You can't expect the honeymoon to last forever.
Oh? What happened to all those danger signs you were talking about? I can't expect romance as well as sex, can I?
Well, I'd settle for either one.
I found my dirty socks.
Oh, where were they?
Under my bed.
You better go get the sheets.
Yes, ma'am.
Calvin,
Yes, Mrs. Jenkins?
I sure hope you appreciate what your grandmother does for you.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And when you get married, I hope you appreciate your wife the same way.
Oh, you mean if I was to marry someone like Bran?
Well, someone like Bran. Not necessarily Bran. Maybe not even somebody like Bran. Forget the whole discussion.
I think I'll go get those sheets, Grandma.
All right. Oh, Mary, I'll be back. I forgot to take my pie out of the oven.
Hi, Pearl.
Hi, Lester.
Lester, what are you doing home? Is everything all right?
For you.
Oh. You didn't have to.
Oh, yes, I did.
So you just did it because I told you to?
I thought you told me to because you wanted me to.
No, that's not what I meant. It's not just the flowers. I was talking about romance.
Well, the flowers aren't all, you know.
Rose is here.
I'm gone.
No, Rose. Oh, Rose, wait a minute. Can Brenda spend the night with you and Tiffany?
Oh, of course you can.
Good, now you can go. No, I was just kidding. I came home early so we could go out on the town tonight. Maybe hit some of the spots we haven't been to in years.
Really?
Yeah, that is if you're not too busy.
Well, I guess I could fit you in my busy schedule.
Good, I'm going to shower and get ready. By the way, have I told you how beautiful you look?
He said you look beautiful.
Yeah. I better go put my makeup on before he changes his mind. Oh, honey, I can't believe they tore down the Starlight Ballroom.
I'm beginning to believe there's a 7-Eleven for every family in Washington.
Yeah. It was so pretty. We sure did a lot of dancing there. And did you see what they did to our restaurant?
Yeah, how could a place called Big Al's become vegetarian?
Well, there's a lot of vegetarians now. It's very popular.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Just seems to me if you're going to serve something called a burger, it ought to have meat in it.
Did bring back a lot of memories, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
You proposed to me at Big Al's. Mm-hmm. We were so alive.
Sure, we ate meat.
Well, anyway, we still have each other. The rest of the evening and an empty apartment.
We'd have killed for that when we were kids.
Yeah, now you're getting the idea.
You want to go to the bedroom?
No, that's not what I mean.
You don't want to go to the bedroom?
Yeah. Well, can't we take the romantic route?
Okay, we'll be romantic. What do we do?
Well, let's talk. And I don't mean about jobs and kids. I mean you and me. Intimate talk. I know. Let's look at our honeymoon pictures.
Oh, Mary, do we have to?
Oh, it'll be fun. At least we know they're still the same. Here they are. Oh, you were so handsome.
Well, I guess some things never do change.
Oh, look, there's the hotel. Oh, I remember thinking it was the most beautiful place in the world. That was our first king-size bed.
It was a waste. On our honeymoon, all we needed was one twin.
Well, the complimentary bottle of champagne was nice.
They made up for it in the bill. The place was a ripoff.
Well, I'm glad you had such a nice time.
And the room was freezing. You know, did they really think we were going to bring our pajamas on our honeymoon?
Forget the pictures.
What did I do?
Nothing. I know what. There's no mood in here. Sit right there. I'm going to turn off some of these lights. On second thought, not too many. There. Isn't that better?
You smell good.
Oh, I know what's missing.
Yeah, you.
No, we need some music. Hi, sailor.
Mary, my head feels like a yo-yo.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I'll be right there. I just want everything to be perfect. I believe this is the spot you wanted.
Why do you guys have the lights on?
Why don't you knock before entering?
I live here.
Now, tonight you don't.
I just wanted to get my teen magazine so I can show Tiffany how Michael Jackson's old nose used to look.
Mary, it's getting late.
Oh, no, Lester, sit down. Brenda, I am fighting a clock here. Good night, young lady, and I do mean good night.
But what if there's an emergency?
You come back here tonight, I guarantee you an emergency.
Good night, Dad.
Night, sugar.
Now what?
Oh, Mary, it's about that niece of mine. I just came to ask you. What's going on in here?
Nothing.
Sandra, we are trying to have a romantic evening.
Who are you kidding? You're married.
And you're not. What is it you want?
My niece won't go to sleep, Mary. She's too young for a hot toddy, huh?
Sandra, read her a story. Good night. Let's pick up where we left off.
And where was that?
I'll refresh your memory.
Wow. You sure haven't lost your touch.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I wonder what happened to the lights.
Who cares? It's probably just a fuse.
The whole street is out.
Oh, great. What's next, a hurricane?
Don't worry, I like the camera.
Do you think God is trying to tell us there is no romance after marriage?
I think you're making too much out of the whole thing.
That's because you're a man.
There's a full moon tonight.
No, there isn't.
Mary, I'm trying.
Oh. What's so funny?
I was just thinking about when we were teenagers. I brought you home late one night.
And I tried to sneak in without waking up my folks.
Yeah. Said you didn't want to turn on the light. You're going to feel your way up the stairs.
Well, I would have made it if you hadn't knocked over Mama's lamp.
I thought I was going to die laughing.
When my daddy came downstairs, I thought you were going to die, period.
It was really a full moon that night.
How do you remember?
Oh, I remember more than you give me credit for.
Maybe.
Someone's unhappy.
Sandra's niece.
You know, we've been pretty lucky with Brenda. She never gave us a moment's trouble when she was little.
She gave us enough when she was born.
Yeah, I wasn't sure she was going to make it. That was a rough night.
It wasn't no picnic for me either.
No, but you came through with flying colors.
And that's because you didn't hear the screaming.
Like hell I didn't.
That's right. You were there the whole time, weren't you?
Sure. I couldn't leave you there like that. I mean, they'd have had to drag me out of that hospital.
Oh, Lester. You know, there's something I always wanted to ask you.
Better late than never.
Well, after they plucked me down off the ceiling, I remember looking at you and thinking you'd been crying.
Me? No, I just been up all night. It was really hot in that room.
Lester?
All right. Maybe one tear. A little one. I was just happy to see you smile again. I was really pretty nervous.
Oh, honey.
Well, the blackout's over.
Well, at least it didn't last all night.
What are you doing?
Oh, Oh, it's getting late. We might as well turn in.
What about our romantic evening?
Oh, honey, I was being silly. I haven't got anything to complain about. I've got a good life, and you're the most wonderful husband in the world.
Don't you think you're overdoing it a bit? How about the most wonderful husband in America?
That, too.
You stay right there. Now, I know this isn't the Starlight Ballroom, but did you suppose I could have this dance?
Well, do you think there's a room? The dance floor looks pretty crowded.
We'll just have to dance close. You're still the prettiest woman on the floor.
And you're still the best-looking man.
Well, as I say, some things never change. Mary, I know I don't always say it when I should, but I love you. I've always loved you, and I always will, baby.
Oh, Lester.
Hey, are those tears I see?
Well, maybe one. A little one. Place, child. Oh, hi, Rose.
Oh, afternoon, Mary. What you doing down here? I thought you'd be watching your soap opera.
I was. Child, it was just getting down to who's doing what to who. And guess what they interrupted for? A message from the president.
Oh! Well, you know that wouldn't have happened if we had a woman for president.
This your stuff?
No, it's Mrs. Simpson's. She told me to go ahead. She wasn't in a rush today.
I see her and old man been fighting again.
How do you know that?
Extra sheets.
Oh. Girlfriend's off her diet, too.
Oh?
Cookie crumbs.
Girl, we ought to start a detective agency.
I know.
Well, Miss Simpson, child, when you move, you lose. Oh, hey, Pearl.
Hello, Mary. Hello, Rose.
Hi, Pearl.
So what's happening?
Oh, nothing much. Miss Simpson's brother staying with her. She said that lazy bum don't do nothing but lay in the bed and eat cookies.
Well, so much for the detective agency.
Oh, Mary, can I talk to you about something?
Sure.
Oh, what is it, Pearl?
It's sort of private.
Oh. In other words, take a hike, Rose.
If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Not a bit. It's about me, isn't it?
No.
Well, Mary, make sure you let me know if there's anything exciting going on in my life.
What is it, Pearl?
It's about sex. I don't mean me, my grandson, Calvin.
He in trouble?
Not yet, but that's where you come in.
Me?
Yeah, I want you to get Lester to talk with him.
Oh.
That boy's growing up, talking about girls, getting a glazed look in his eyes. I found a Playboy magazine in his drawer. Threw most of it out.
Pearl, I think he's old enough to know the facts of life by now.
Oh, I know. But he needs a man to talk to him about responsibility. If you could do this for me, it'd really help me out. Will you ask him, please?
Well, I'll ask Lester. I don't think he's going to be overjoyed.
Oh, thank you, Mary. I'd do it myself, but just talking about it makes my heart beat too fast.
You want me to have a sex talk with who?
Calvin.
You talking Calvin, the one we know with the 2 left feet?
Honey, I promised Pearl I'd ask you.
Okay, you ask me.
Honey.
Don't give me honey. I don't want to have a sex talk with Calvin. The world's better off if he never finds out about it.
Lester, he knows about it. He just needs to know what to do about it. From a mature, intelligent, tactful, sensible, responsible man.
Can't he just watch Donahue?
No, I meant you. Honey, he needs guidance, like you did when you were 16. Boy, were you dumb.
I was not.
You were, too. Kissing my elbow because somebody told you it was an erotic zone.
Well, let's see if my aim is any better now.
Seven and a half.
7.5? Shoot, the waitress at lunch gave me a 10.
Hi.
Ah, you're a little late, aren't you?
No, I told you she was going to help decorate the auditorium for the school dance Friday night.
All right. How's it look?
Great. Mom, can I help with dinner?
It's already in the oven.
Oh. Well, can I vacuum or dust or anything?
All right. What are you softening us up for?
Okay, I was being immature. I know how thoughtful and understanding you two are as parents.
Uh-oh. This is the big one.
Lay it on us.
Can I go to the dance with Paula and Diane and Calvin and Kathy?
Back up.
How far?
To Calvin.
Well, I sort of ran into him at the library, and he sort of asked me to go to the dance.
And you agreed to go out with him?
Well, sort of.
But you are going as a group.
And coming home as a group.
Well,
Sort of. Forget it.
Brenda, you know the rules. No dating until you're 16.
but Mom, do you want me to be the only girl at school without a date?
Uh-huh. What's next? The only girl at school without a car?
This isn't funny, Mom. You have to let me grow up sometime.
We know that, Brenda.
We're just going to the dance, and we're coming straight home by 11:30 at the latest.
Okay, I have a crew working overtime that night. I could drop you both off at the dance and pick you up later in my truck.
I'd rather die.
Then you can't go.
I'm in high school now. I can't even go on a date, and some girls in my school are married.
You think that's good?
No, I have more sense than that. But my friends are talking about all the fun they have with their boyfriends.
Brenda, it's a tough rule, but that's how we feel, and you're stuck with it.
I hope you're happy. Just blew up 300 balloons for nothing.
Now, Calvin ought to know better than to ask her for a date.
Calvin's 16. His motor's running.
Sounds like hers is, too. And they both live in the same building. Hello, Calvin.
Hello, Calvin. This is Mr. Jenkins. Lester. I'd like to have a talk with you about something, man to man. Yeah, I mean you, Calvin. Sit down, Calvin.
Okay.
Are you cool?
Oh, yeah, I'm always cool.
Calvin, I was talking cool like in cold.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Grandma's always getting cold, too. I think it's like that when you get old. So, what's this all about?
Well, like I said, I want to talk to you about something man to man.
Sure.
Well, what I really want to talk to you about is sex.
Oh? Okay. What do you want to know?
I don't want to know anything, but there's some stuff you ought to know. Your grandma asked me to speak with you.
Why, I know all about sex.
The mechanics, maybe, but we're talking about more than that.
You mean the kinky stuff?
No, Calvin. I'm talking about morality.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Every man reaches an age where he starts having certain normal urges around women. The most important thing to remember is to learn to control it.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the two handsomest men in the whole building.
Evening, Sandra.
Hi.
Good evening. Good evening, Miss Clark.
Oh, I'm glad I ran into you two out here. I just bought this new perfume, and I'm dying to know what you macho men think about it. I hope it's not too musky.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's gonna get me a yacht trip on the Potomac tonight.
Well, Calvin, you're at an age where you should be experiencing some new feelings.
Like what?
Oh, headaches, your mind wanders, you break out in a sweat.
Oh, yeah.
Now, listen, that's normal stuff. What you have to remember is what you're thinking not only involves your life, but other people's too. There are a lot of very nice young ladies out there that are going to trust you.
I hope so.
Calvin, this is serious.
Hey, but I'm too young to get serious. I just want to taste like.
Calvin, before you overheat, it's not only important that you worry about the young ladies' welfare, you have to start worrying about your own.
What's that mean?
I'll tell you what it means, and I'm only going to tell you just once. It means if you start fooling around with my daughter, I'm going to rip your head off.
Hi.
Hi.
Talk to Calvin?
Oh, yeah.
So what'd you say?
Oh, the usual man-to-man stuff.
Well, did you mention Brenda?
Yeah, I think I did.
Well, I hope you were nice.
You know me, Mary. Mr. Diplomat.
How dare you threaten my grandson? Why don't you jump on somebody your own size? You big brute.
Well, just what did you say, Mr. Diplomat?
Well, I don't remember the exact words. I don't remember every word that's been uttered since the day we got married like you do. All right, I told Calvin if he kept messing around with Brenda, I was going to rip his head off.
Well, don't you think that was a little rough?
It was your idea.
I don't believe it. First you won't let me date him, now he'll never speak to me again. What kind of parents are you?
Brenda Sugar, maybe I came on just a little too strong to Calvin, but I know what goes on in the mind of a 16-year-old boy. I was one.
Ooh, child, I'm a witness. I remember when he was. Fortunately, I was on the track team. You listening to this?
Yes, Mom.
Brenda, I'm sorry you're so upset about my talk with Calvin.
No, you're not. You did what you thought was right as a parent. And some folks will know what we mean when they become a parent.
Bad chance I have of becoming a parent.
Now, look, Brenda.
I understand. I'm your daughter and you're my parents. I'll just stay here and take orders until I'm old enough to support myself.
Would you please stop sulking?
I wonder how old I have to be to join the Navy.
18.
But we can get you a waiver. Now, listen, young lady, and listen good. And I don't want any interruptions. Oh, that's okay. I'll get it. Hello? No, she can't come to the phone.
Mom?
Just a moment. It's Diane. Tell her you'll call her back.
Hi, Diane. Can I call you back? What? No, I can't go to the dance. My mom says I'm too young to date. I know I'm older than you are.
Would you please tell her you'll call her back?
Diane, I gotta call you back. Huh? Well, I don't know. That's your mom. You figure it out.
Tell her you will call her back.
I've been trying to tell her that. Diane, I've got to call. Are you serious? Dad, did you tell Calvin you were going to feed his head to an alligator?
I didn't say anything about any alligator.
Diane says Calvin says you did.
You tell Diane I didn't say it because I didn't think of it.
Hello, Diane, dear. We will call you back. Now, listen, Brenda. Hello? No, I'm sorry. She can't come to the telephone. What? Just a moment. I'll ask her. Do you know Cynthia Potts?
Tubby Potts with the bad breath.
Whatever. She wants to know if you'll go to the library with her Friday night.
On Friday night? Suppose somebody sees me there. Tell her no way.
You tell her, Brenda.
On the other hand, who's gonna see me? Everybody important will be at the dance. Well, why not study? If I'm not gonna be popular, I might as well get good grades. Hello, Cynthia. Yeah, I'll go with you. Tiffany, did you find Calvin?
Yeah, he was up on the roof. I told him somebody wanted to see him.
You didn't tell him it was me, did you?
No, I didn't want to scare him to death.
Well, get lost.
Get lost? Shoot, I want to stay here just in case your daddy comes along and kills him. Go.
Calvin.
Huh? Oh, hi, Brent. Well, it was nice seeing you.
Calvin?
Is your dad home?
No, no one's home. Do you still want to go to the dance with me?
Not so loud.
Well, do you?
Of course I do. But your daddy won't let us. I mean, he already made it clear it wasn't a good idea.
Don't be so negative. If you cared about me, you'd find a way.
I would?
Sure. You probably suggest that we each pretend we have someplace else to go. Then you suggest that we meet at the corner and change into our dance clothes at the gas station. Then at the dance, you'd swear all our friends to secrecy. Then we'd probably stop to get burgers, and then you probably will remember the breath mint so our folks couldn't smell the onion.
Well...
Calvin, you really thought this one out?
Brent, you're gonna get us in a lot of trouble.
But I thought you liked me. You do, don't you?
Sure I do.
Well...
But where will I say I'm going?
I don't know. Say you're going to go see Haley's Comet. I said I was going to the library with Cynthia Potts.
Ugh, the girl with the warts on her knees?
Calvin, do you want to go or not?
Okay, sure. I'm a teenager. Gotta rebel sometime.
Oh, Pearl.
Mary, I come down to apologize for whopping Lester.
He had to work late tonight. But come on in.
Oh, might as well. I'm by myself tonight.
Oh, Calvin went to the dance?
No, he and some friends went to look for Haley's Comet.
I didn't know Calvin was interested in astronomy.
Oh, honey, his head's been up in the clouds ever since puberty. Where's Brenda?
Oh, she went over to Cynthia Potts.
Oh, I know her. Short child with braces.
They went to the library, and then they're going over to Cynthia's house. Brenda says she's a very nice girl. You know, it's strange. She never mentioned her before.
Calvin never mentions anything except food.
Actually, I'm very proud of Brenda. You know, she really wanted to go to that dance tonight. Lester and I were saying that maybe it's time to relax the rules a little bit. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Hello? Yes? Oh, Cynthia. Oh, I see. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I'll tell her. Well, I'm afraid you have to let yourself out, Pearl. That was Cynthia Potts. It seems the daughter that I'm so proud of is supposed to be homesick tonight. I'll give you one guess where she is.
I wondered why Calvin took a bath to go to see Haley's comic.
You're really good.
Thank you. You want some punch?
They're playing our song.
They are?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
May I cut in? Mom! What do you mean by lying to me and your father?
But, Mom, I
Don't let Mom me. You're going home. And where's Calvin? Come on.
Mom, I'm sorry.
Not half as sorry as you're going to be.
Come on, baby. You can't stay up all night.
Oh, you go ahead, honey. I can't sleep.
Mary, it's over with.
But that doesn't stop it from hurting. I mean, I'm hurt because we punished her, but I'm destroyed because she defied us.
Come on now. You know defying your parents is part of growing up, and so is getting punished for it. We all know the drill. We laid down the rule. She broke it. She got punished for it. Now, come on to bed.
Go ahead. I'll be in.
Maybe I ought to call Calvin. No, I think I'll let him sweat it out tonight, let him off the hook in the morning.
Mom, Dad,
Oh, go to bed, Brenda.
I want to talk.
Okay, go ahead, talk. We're listening.
I'm really sorry about tonight. I guess I was too busy thinking about growing up, was acting like a kid.
I won't argue with that. We lost a lot of confidence in you, Brenda.
I'll earn it back.
I know you will, sugar. I gotta get up early. I'm going to bed. Night.
Good night.
Night, honey.
Are you still mad at me?
I'm not mad, Brenda. I'm disappointed. You know, your father and I were talking. Maybe we've been so busy making rules, we haven't taken the time to explain why we make them.
Mom, I know about boys.
You don't know as much as you think you do, Brenda. Anyway, humor me. Act like I know something you don't, okay? Come over here. Brenda, the way you're thinking about a date is not necessarily the way Calvin is thinking about it. You know, he's a man now. I know it's hard to tell by listening to him, but he is. What I'm trying to say, honey, is that all young men are essentially good, but they're under a lot of pressure from their peers and themselves to have sex.
But, Mom, nothing has to happen. You were a girl and you survived it.
Oh, baby, things were different then. I mean, if your father and I even held hands, I thought it was the height of passion.
Sounds kind of nice.
It was. But you know, with the kind of TV, music, movies, and magazines you guys are exposed to today, things are much more difficult for you. And that worries your father and me very much.
Mom, I can handle myself.
I know you think you can, Brenda, but we can't afford to take that chance. It's called caring. You know what I read in the paper? 1 girl out of every 10 between 15 and 19 years old gets pregnant every year.
Oh, that's awful.
I know. It could ruin your whole life.
Okay, I'm too young for dates. But don't you think I'm a little bit too old to be spanked?
Okay. We'll make a deal. You act like you're 14, we'll treat you like you're 14. Now, honey, you can always have boys at the house, and you can go places, as long as you go with a group. And come home with a group. Rule 73A.
Mom, you know what I'm gonna do when I have kids?
What?
Be just like you.
Mean, huh?
Yeah. I love you, Mommy.
Oh, baby, I love you, too. No place, child. Well, hi, ladies.
Hi, Mary.
Somebody moving in or moving out across the street?
Moving in. I don't know how those people can afford those condos.
Well, child, there's a lot of new money around.
I'd settle for some used money.
You know, speaking of new, did you know they got a new doorman over there? Either Louis quit or he was fired.
Oh, he'll be back. I hear he's in the hospital having some corrective surgery.
Really? What kind?
Well, he held his hand out for tips so long they got to get his arm back to his side.
Oh!
Another car bit the dust.
If they don't fix that pothole soon, we're not going to have one good tire left in this neighborhood.
That hole's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Another rain and we got a swimming pool.
Okay, what about all those letters you wrote? Have you got an answer yet?
Girl, not a word. Nothing from street maintenance, nothing from the city council, and nothing from the mayor's office.
Ooh, that's the end of the line. Nobody's left.
I wrote one more letter.
To who?
The president.
What president?
The president of the United States.
Oh, you don't fool around.
Mary, I'm sure the president is not in the potholes.
Not unless there's a Russian hiding in one.
Well, he lives in Washington just like we do. And I think he ought to be interested in what goes on around here.
Well, what did you tell him?
Well, I told him we were running out of patience. I told him we had a big pothole sitting out there in the middle of the street. And I told him I wanted him to help us get it filled.
You mean you told the president to stuff it?
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Well, I certainly hope you mentioned our names.
I sure did.
Good.
Did you tell the president that every time a car went over that pothole, the noise kept me awake at night?
I told him those exact words.
'Cause I'm old and I need my sleep. And this president can relate to that.
Well, I didn't mince words, Pearl. I told him that if he didn't fill that pothole, Lester would, and we would be out there to pay him a visit.
That's telling the Mary.
Well, when you're writing an angry letter, you're supposed to be angry.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He'll probably never read it anyway.
Oh, he'll read this one. On the envelope, I put confidential, personal, and urgent.
Well, what you should have said was jelly beans inside.
There's a man following me.
That bothers you?
Not usually, but this guy doesn't look friendly or rich. That's him now.
Mary Jenkins? Mary Louise Jenkins?
Yes.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may.
Well, who are you?
Bob Gamble, United States Secret Service.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do you want with me?
Recently, you wrote the president a letter, did you not?
Well, yes, I did. And I put a 22-cent stamp on it.
I'd like to ask you a few questions in private.
Come in.
Mrs. Holloway, Miss Clark, Mrs. Shea.
I'll leave it open. What's this about? Those are my cousins, Fred and...
Bobby. Second cousins on your mother's side.
How did you know that?
Oh, you'd be surprised at the information we gather, Mrs. Jenkins.
Oh, really? Well, how are Fred and Bobby?
Oh, just fine. Fred just bought a car.
He did? Expensive?
Turbo.
Hey, you know, this is cheaper than long distance. What's that?
It's just our file on the Jenkins family.
That's about us? You're wasting taxpayers' money investigating us?
Just routine, Mrs. Jenkins.
Then why are you investigating me? I'm just a housewife. What do you think I'm doing? Selling recipes to the enemy? What are you writing down?
Just a note.
What kind of note?
It's a secret note.
I'll have you know, Mr. Gamble, that I'm an American citizen, protected by the Constitution of the United States.
I'm aware of that, Mrs. Jenkins.
I vote in every election, and I never, ever cheat on my taxes.
Not just a teensy-weensy little bit.
No. Do you?
I'm asking the questions, Mrs. Jenkins. Now, as I said, this is just a routine investigation, but that letter you wrote to the president, now, that was pretty rough.
Well, that pothole was pretty big. It's been out there for 3 months, and nobody's lifted a finger to do anything about it. I'm just stating what everybody in this building feels. Another secret note?
Mrs. Jenkins, have you ever belonged to any communist organizations?
My bowling team wears red jackets.
Have you ever used chemical substances?
Does Drano count?
Now, Mrs. Jenkins, I just want to tell you that unless you...
Oh, hi, honey.
Larry.
Who are you and who's Larry?
He's not Larry?
No, he's Lester.
Lester?
Lester.
Not Larry?
Lester.
Boy, someone's going to catch hell for this.
Oh, honey, I'm glad you're here.
Who is he?
Bob Gamble's Secret Service, and he's asking a lot of questions.
Secret Service? What have you done now?
Nothing. It's about the letter I wrote to the president.
I told you not to write that. Now you got the FBI down on us.
Secret Service.
Whatever.
Mr. Jenkins, have you ever been arrested?
Listen, you can't come barging in here asking all sorts of personal questions. I believe you're violating my civil rights.
And you say that you've never had a run-in with the law?
That's right.
Baltimore, Maryland, May 17th, 1962, doing 55 in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. Citation number...
Hey, that wasn't my fault. I wasn't even driving. Somebody else was.
Miss Trish Lamar.
Yeah.
Who was Trish Lamar?
Mary, we weren't even engaged then.
That's not what I asked you.
She was a waitress at the Flatiron
Would
building.
you stop helping me?
Oh, excuse me. May I use your phone?
It's over there.
Thank you.
Trish Lamar. What's she look like?
Who cares? We got the Secret Service here.
We'll talk later.
I have to go now, Mrs. Jenkins, but we'll be in touch with you.
Wait a minute. You just can't waltz in here, pry into our lives, and waltz out?
Just doing my job, Mrs. Jenkins.
Then why don't you fix the pothole? Mary, what happened?
Yeah, Mary, that G-man gonna put you in jail.
Nobody's going to jail.
What'd you do, Mary?
I merely wrote a letter to the president suggesting that as taxpayers, we're entitled to live on a pothole-free street.
You asked the president to fill our pothole? Well, quick, Mary, call George Bush. My living room window is stuck.
Mary, you didn't tell the president anything about us, did you?
Like what?
I won $200 in a bingo game once, and I forgot to report it. I could wind up in the slammer.
It was just a letter. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, but Mary said you were going to fill the pothole.
I was going to fill the pothole. You didn't tell me that.
I was going to tell you, dear.
You're all overreacting. This is nothing.
Well, see what you say when a bunch of GBs swoop down on you.
Why would they do that? Other than the obvious.
Your name was in the letter, too.
Is that right, Mary?
Well, you were all complaining. It made perfect sense to me
To implicate us all in this wretched mess? I can't go to jail, Mary. I look terrible in stripes.
You were the ones who said it was about time somebody took a stand.
Yeah, but we meant somebody else, not us.
Look, everybody calm down. Mary wrote a simple letter of protest. There's nothing to worry about. You should be proud of her.
Thank you, Lester.
Lester? I'm Larry.
Ooh, Mary had no right putting our names in that letter. I hate looking through my mail these days. Scared I'm gonna get something from the government.
Me too. I had this dream. I got a letter from Social Security. Dear old person. You are a troublemaker. Turn in your number.
Every time I think about what Mary did, I get terribly upset.
And I had this other dream. I went to the post office and they wouldn't sell me any stamps.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Pearl. I said good morning, Pearl. She must be getting hard of hearing.
I hear fine. I was being rude.
Must be catchy.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, your shoulder's been so cold lately, I'm surprised your blouse ain't slid right off your back. Talk about fair weather friends.
You know, Sandra, a real friend wouldn't get her other friends in trouble.
Trouble? What kind of trouble have you had?
We've got Secret Service men snooping around, and they're all married.
Next, they'd be tapping our phones.
See, it may not matter to you, but there are some of us who have things in our past that we just don't want made public.
You? I'd never guess.
Rose, I don't think the United States government is interested in the days of your life or how your world turns.
Well, go ahead, joke about it. I say you're a lot better off if the government doesn't even know you're alive.
Oh, that man is back.
Good morning, Mrs. Jenkins.
That depends on what's in the envelope.
Greetings from the President of the United States.
You've been drafted.
Wait till the Oval Office hears that one.
What does it say, Mary?
You better sit down.
Dear Mrs. Jenkins.
Ooh, he sounds mad to me.
Rose, we received your letter regarding the pothole situation on your block, and it makes us very unhappy.
You see that, Mary? You've upset a man who can blow up the whole world.
Can I finish? Now, as unhappy as we are with the pothole, however, we are equally happy to see that some Americans still take pride in their community. And to help celebrate this spirit, the President would like to pay you a visit, Mrs. Jenkins, and join your husband in repairing the pothole.
Let me see that letter.
Can you believe that? He's actually coming here. Do you know what that means?
I'm gonna see a real live movie star.
Well, if that don't beat all, the President of the United States coming to visit me.
What's this me garbage?
Yeah, that's right. We complained in that letter, too.
You change lanes faster than the road runner, don't
You know, Mary, they do have a point.
you? No, they don't. You all wanted your names off the letter, remember? In fact, you disassociated yourselves altogether.
Well, Mary, now we're reassociating.
Well, it's too late.
Come on, Mary. We want to meet the president, too.
You want to meet the President?
Yes.
Manage the team that wins the World Series.
But we're your friends, Mary.
Some friends.
Mary, About these past few days, there might be some fractional truth to your contention that we mistreated you. So, to that end, I suppose I'll accept any partial responsibility which may have resulted from my limited involvement.
That's an apology?
That's as good as it gets.
Forget it.
Oh, Mary, come on. We all apologize. We were wrong and we admit it, don't we?
Uh-huh.
To err is human.
To forgive divine.
Come on, Mary. Be divine.
Well, I accept your apology.
No!
Did you vacuum under the bed?
Oh, yes.
Is the president gonna be under the bed, Mary?
I just want everything to be right, Lester.
Mary, the pothole's out in the street, not in our living room. The president's not coming up here.
He is if I have anything to do with it. I got some questions to ask him. Honey, go get changed.
Already changed.
Into a suit and tie.
Mary, I'm going to fill a pothole.
How many times do you get to fill a pothole with the president?
Hopefully just once.
Ooh, Pearl, you look so nice. It's a new dress, isn't it?
I hope the president likes it. You know, I've always been attracted to older men.
Where you two going?
To clean the bathroom. Just in case the president has to, you know.
I borrowed one of our towels, Mom. He'll never know that the R stands for Rose.
Okay.
Testing. This is Calvin Dobbs. We're in the Jenkins household as they prepare to meet the president. The room is abuzz with activity. See? This is from our report in the school paper. Tell me, Mrs. Jenkins, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm a little nervous, but happy. All the residents of 227 have come together.
Sandra's here. Let the games begin.
Good. Let's play hide and seek. You hide. Like you've been hiding all day. Now, Sandra, all the residents have gotten together, decorated the stoop, and helped clean the apartment. What do you plan to contribute to this special occasion?
I'll stay till the end.
That's not what I had in mind. Here.
What's that for?
Dust.
You already have enough dust.
You can start with the lamp.
Mary, I made a vow that Lemon Pledge would never touch these fingers.
No problem. We'll just wrap them.
Mary, I must say, you certainly have whipped up the community spirit.
Oh, thank you, Rose.
So, Mary, what do you think?
Oh, honey, you look nice.
I mean, about this new shovel I borrowed from work. Isn't it a beauty?
Yeah, but I wish it matched your tie.
Ah, Brenda Jenkins. You're about to experience the most exciting event of your life. Except when you first met me. In a little while, you and your parents will be standing with the President of the United States. Right down there on our very own street. What are your thoughts?
Well, I can picture it all right now. We'll all be outside and Mom and Dad will be standing right there with the president. And then we'll... Mom, Dad! There's some men filling in the pothole.
What? It's street maintenance. They are filling in the hole.
Hey, you guys, leave that hole alone.
Yeah, that's our pothole.
Go find your own hole.
They don't hear us. We better get down there. Come on. Hey, man, wait a minute. Hold everything. You can't fill in that hole.
Why? It's got some sentimental value?
I'll have you know the President of the United States and my husband will be filling that pothole.
That's funny. The president didn't mention it to me at breakfast this morning.
Look, we're not kidding around. The president's gonna be here in a couple hours for a big ceremony. Why do you think we decorated this building?
But I got a work order to fill this hole.
Well, if you won't listen to us, maybe you'll listen to the Secret Service. Yo, Secret! They dig the hole back up again yet?
Yeah, they made it even deeper than before, which means now I'm gonna have to work hard.
Yeah, because, you know, Ronnie ain't in no shape to do no serious digging.
Have you seen anything yet?
Yeah, the Baumgartens are getting a new couch delivered.
Give me those binoculars.
Do you see the president yet?
Mm-mm. Not unless he's getting off the number 44 bus.
Miss Clark, may I have back my binoculars now, please?
Yes. Those certainly are powerful binoculars. I hope you're not looking at my window from the White House.
So how much longer is it going to be?
Any minute now. Do you remember your drill?
Yeah. First we have a talk with the reporters,
Right.
and then the president arrives.
At exactly 1,400 hours.
Then I shake hands with the president.
Well, now, let me see now. The president arrives at 1400 and takes a picture with Mr. Jenkins, 1403, waving at the crowd, 1404.
Then I shake hands with the president?
I don't have that down here.
I'm shaking hands with the president at 14-something.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I do have it right down here.
Captain Gamble, call for you, sir.
Oh, excuse me. Take...
Mom, Dad, wait, let me get a picture of you guys.
Mrs. Jenkins, Mr. Jenkins, there has been a last-minute schedule change.
What?
The president is not coming.
Oh, no. What do you mean the president is not coming?
He's flying to Camp David. It's an emergency meeting with the Soviet ambassador, and, it's pretty important.
More important than our pothole?
I'm afraid so, Pearl.
Now, at this time, I'd like to present this certificate acknowledging your civic achievement, which the president would have presented to you and which he would have congratulated you on.
Then we would have shaken hands.
Right. Now, I know it isn't the president, but if I may fill in, Mrs. Jenkins, congratulations on behalf of the entire United States government.
Speak. The president is on the phone.
What?
Mrs. Jenkins.
It's for you, Mrs. Jenkins.
Hello? Is this the Mr. President? The one who played in Kings Row? You know, they showed that on TV again last month. Yeah, it was good. So how's Nancy? Good. Oh, no. Not Larry, Lester. He was going to help you fill that pothole. Yeah, we're sorry you had to miss it, too. Listen, maybe Lester could wait till you come back. Oh, no, we understand. Heavy schedule. Oh, no, we didn't go through any real trouble. What do you mean? What? Hello? Yes, we do take pride in our neighborhood. I think everyone should, don't you agree? He agrees. Listen, Ronnie. About those advisors you got, child. Now, when you come back from Camp David, I'm going to bring Rose and Pearl to the White House. Right? Yeah, we got some advice for you on Social Security, drug abuse, and the national deficit. You know, I wish you could have talked to me before you went to Camp David. Huh? I can't hear you. It's a helicopter flying over. It is? You are? Hey, everybody, wave. It's the president. Hello? Yes, pleasure talking to you, too. See you when you get back. Bye.
Oh, Mary, that was so exciting.
Look, I think I got a picture of him.
That's great. Do you think the speck right here is him? He looks much younger in person.
Well, our work is done here. Mrs. Jenkins, thank you.
Where are you going?
Beg your pardon?
I thought you were filling in for the president.
Well, I am.
Well, here, child, fill in for the president. There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you're loved, you don't need to roam, 'cause there's no place like home. Times are changing every day. We won't get by with those same old ways. Pulling together, we'll make it right. With help from our friends, I know we can fly. There's no place like home. With your family around you, you're never alone. When you know that you're loved, you don't need to roam, 'cause there ain't no place like. Better believe it. There ain't no place like. Better believe it. 'Cause there ain't no place like. There's no place like home. I mean, no place, child.
In the last episode of 227,
Okay, Mary, what kind of trouble we in now?
Trouble? Did I say anything about trouble? You may have to move out of 227.
Move? What'd you do now?
Me? I didn't do nothing. I mean, it's not my fault Calloway died.
I'm glad to hear that.
But word is he left this building to Sandra.
I, therefore, with a clear conscience, leave 227, lock, stock, and barrel to the woman who makes the best apple pie I've ever tasted.
Apple pie? We never used apple pie.
Mrs. Rose Lee Holloway.
Oh, that's you!
You a property owner, child.
You know what a gold mine you just inherited? The money's gonna be just pouring in.
Oh, I've never owned anything before. I don't know if I can handle it.
Girl, relax. You got me for a friend. I'll help you.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Jenkins. I finished inspecting the building, and you were right. It's a doozy. It'll take a bundle to fix up this place. Does the owner happen to be here?
and now the conclusion.
Hey, I can hardly breathe. Now, you ladies mind? How can I figure out these repair costs with y'all breathing down my neck?
Oh, I know it's going to be a lot of money.
But look on the bright side, Rose. You just inherited a whole apartment building.
What I inherited was all these violations. Look at this. Faulty wiring, inadequate insulation.
Plumbing's a mess.
And my bedroom door squeaks.
Now, that's good, Pearl. It's like a built-in burglar alarm. See, Rose, that's something you don't have to fix.
I wouldn't have these problems if you hadn't called the building inspector.
Well, I thought Sandra was going to inherit the building.
Well, I'd be a lot better off if she did.
Well, don't say that. She would have turned this into a Playboy mansion. We'd be bunnies on the stoop.
Well, it looks like a little over 8,000.
8,000?
Yep.
Oh, it can't be that much, dear.
Mary, we need a new roof. The steps are unsafe. The banisters warped.
I didn't tell the inspector about that.
Oh, I don't have that kind of money. I'm just going to have to sell the place.
New owner probably turned into a condo.
I can't afford no condo. I guess I'll have to go live with my mother.
Honey, isn't there something we can do to cut costs?
Well, let's see. I could do some of the work myself, and some of the guys who owe me favors could help out. That would take care of the labor costs, so maybe we could get it down to maybe $3,000.
$3,000?
Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
I'll go call the guys.
Oh, I don't have that kind of money either.
How much do you have?
Before or after I go to the market?
Rose, can't you take out a loan?
I've got a loan. It came with the building, and I'm stuck with the payments. I'm just going to have to sell the place.
But, Rose, we've raised our children here. And Pearl has spent 30 beautiful years here.
30 years. I guess it's time to change that baking soda in the refrigerator.
That's what I like about you, Rose. Even at a time like this, you can still laugh.
I have to. My best friend got me in the worst fix of my life.
Well, I'm sorry. How many times you want me to say it?
I'll let you know when it's enough.
Well, there ought to be some way we can raise the money.
Yeah, there's got to be a way.
Okay, what is it? We're waiting.
A sidewalk sale.
Oh, Mary.
Well, come on. We've all got things we could sell. Things that are just cluttering up our closets.
I could sell my wedding gown.
Girl, you wouldn't sell that.
Why not? I got 2 more.
You know, I bet everybody in this building's got things they want to get rid of. We could probably make that money in one day.
You think we really could?
Sure. Let's do it this Saturday. I'll tell all the tenants.
And I'll make some signs to put out front.
See there, Rose? It's gonna be all right. We'll make the money, we'll fix the building, and we won't have to move. Just like nothing ever happened. Okay, something happened. I called the building inspector, but I'm not the cause of the building falling apart. Now, I'm trying to make it up to you, okay?
Okay, then you call everybody in the building.
Okay. Everybody except Sandra.
Now, wait a minute. Why not Sandra?
Well, what do we need her for?
Well, to make this sale work, we need everybody, including Sandra. She probably has more things than anybody knowing Callaway.
Well, I'd rather not talk to her.
I thought you said you were trying to make this up to me.
Just raise my rent, child.
Hi there. Oh, it's you. I was expecting my gentleman friend.
So soon after Mr. Calloway's death? I thought you two were so close.
I have to get on with my life.
Well, you sure are getting it on in a hurry.
What do you want, Mary?
Well, we're having a sidewalk sale this Saturday.
Whatever for?
To help Rose save the building.
What does that have to do with me? I don't own the building, thanks to a gross miscarriage of justice.
Child, be glad you don't. All she inherited was expenses.
Well, that's her problem.
Now, you don't mean that.
Oh, yes, I do. Mary, I had plans for this building. I was going to give it class, distinction, jacuzzi.
Well, we'll get to the jacuzzis later. First, we gotta save the building. So any items you have...
I'll keep. You can count me out of that sidewalk sale, Mary.
Well. All right. But I think you should know that if we don't have a sidewalk sale, the building's going condo. Starting with your apartment.
That doesn't concern me in the least. Sandra Clark can take care of Sandra Clark.
Well, I told Rose I'd ask. I ask. Oh, you know, I don't know why I didn't think of a sidewalk sale years ago.
This wasn't just a trick to get me to clean out my room, was it?
Yes, it was.
Hey, those are my ties. You can't sell those.
Honey, they're way out of style.
They'll come back.
Not if we lock the doors.
Brenda gave me this one for my birthday 4 years ago.
I did?
It was the thought that counted.
It must have been. What is that?
A lamp.
It sure is ugly.
Amen.
Where'd it come from?
Well, when we first moved in here, your father's Aunt Josephine brought it over for a housewarming gift. I took one look at it, thanked her. After she left, I hid it in the basement.
Hey, that's the lamp my aunt gave us. I thought we'd lost it. Where's it been all these years?
In the basement, waiting for this sale.
Oh, no, Aunt Josephine gave it to us.
Did you ever wonder who gave it to her?
It's not that bad. Brenda, what do you think? You have good taste.
Dad, I'm the one who bought the tie.
Honey, let's sell it.
Look, my favorite aunt gave it to us. It's not for sale, and that's final.
Okay, but I'm selling the ties.
Hello, Mary. I brought down a few things to contribute to the sidewalk sale.
Oh, Sandra Clark can't take care of Sandra Clark?
No, it's nothing like that. But I got to thinking of the bigger picture. There's so many others less fortunate than I who would suffer immeasurable hardships. I started thinking, aren't they a part of me? And I they? We are the world. You know, Mary?
Don't think you can find another apartment, huh?
Not at these prices.
Okay, what you got?
This picture, Mr. Calloway. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. That'll be $23.
Oh, thank you, Calvin.
You're welcome, Mrs. Jenkins.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Well, you're still raking it in, huh?
Oh, yes. I mean, they're buying everything. Mary, you're the best friend in the whole world.
Thank you.
Mom, you know that tire dance that you hated so much?
Uh-huh.
I just sold it for $2.
You did? That's great.
Grandma, look at this great tie I just bought.
You like that blender?
How much is it?
$15.
Gee, I don't know.
Well, it's just as well. I don't know if it'd be right to sell it to you anyway.
Why?
What's your name, dear?
Arthur?
Well, Arthur, I might consider letting you have it if you promise me one thing.
What's that?
When you're entertaining the ladies, as I know you do, and you're making margaritas in your new blender, don't put too much tequila in, because those ladies might get tipsy and do Lord knows what.
$15?
16 with the cord.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll put it in a plain brown bag for you.
You're not selling any blenders to minors, are you?
We've taken in an awful lot of money, Mary.
I know. It's just ruining my figure.
How much do you think we made?
Well, we only been out here 5 hours, and do you know we got almost $2,500?
Ooh. Can I hold it a while? I love the feel of currency next to my skin.
Oh, where you going, honey?
I got a call from the company. I got to go down to the construction site and straighten something out.
Oh, well, do me a favor. Take this upstairs and put it in a safe place.
Good Lord, woman, look at all this money. What'd you do, sell our car?
It's $2,500.
Yeah, we only have $500 to go.
Yeah, but how are we going to get it?
Oh, I don't know. We've sold just about everything.
Except my cemetery plot.
You're selling a cemetery plot? Why?
Well, my second husband bought it. And I sure don't want to be buried next to that bum.
Oh, y'all better go upstairs and see if you can find some more stuff.
Yeah, we need more
better
things.
do that.
Come on.
Yeah, I haven't got anything else.
Well, babe, I'm gone. See you later.
Except Lester's lamb. Oh, I couldn't sell that. It is a crisis. But he's so fond of that lamb. Everybody has to make sacrifices. Lord, think I gotta sell it.
Mary? Now, what is Lester going to say when he finds out you selling that lamp behind his back?
Well, it was for a good cause. He'll understand. I hope.
Nobody's gonna buy it anyway.
But it sure made everything else look good.
Are you trying to get me to look at that lamp?
Well, it would make a nice gift for someone.
I can't think of anybody I hate that much.
Say, Grandma, Miss Clark got $30 for your old broken music box.
Oh, and it used to play Stormy Weather.
That's how I sold it. I said it belonged to Lena Horne.
Oh, Sandra, it's really nice for you to help out.
I know. You're welcome. I knew I was needed. A pretty face does help.
Oh, Mary, you were so right about this sidewalk sale. I mean, you've been right all along. You brought us together like one big family. It's like Thanksgiving. I mean, we have so much to be thankful for, don't we, Mary?
Mary, excuse me, honey. Can I help you?
How much is this lamp?
$30.
$30?
25?
25?
5.
5? Oh, that's a good price.
You know, just knowing it has a good home is thanks enough for me.
Wait till I show this to my wife.
I can almost see her face.
How are you gonna tell Dad you sold his lamp?
Brenda, I sold it to raise money to save this building.
$5? I would have just dropped it.
Brenda, don't complicate my life, okay?
Hi, sale's over, huh?
Oh, yeah, honey. So where'd you hide the money?
Well, no one would ever think to look for it. In Aunt Josephine's lamp. You sold the lamp?
You put the money in the lamp?
You told me to hide the money, but I told you not to sell the lamp.
You don't have to yell.
Who'd you sell it to?
A man.
What man?
I don't know, a man stupid enough to buy it. You're acting like this is my fault. It was not a great idea to put the money in the lamp.
Say what?
Well, why didn't you just hide it in the closet where you hide my birthday presents? Or in the book of Job where you hide your poker money.
Maybe we should try to find a way to get the lamp back.
How are we going to do that, Brenda? This is a big city, you know.
Well, we can go around and knock on doors.
That's ridiculous.
Did you notice anything special about this man?
All I know is that he paid $5 for the lamp.
$5?
Thank you, Brenda.
For she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow.
Which nobody can deny, honey.
Ladies, you shouldn't.
Oh, yes, we should.
Oh, no, you shouldn't.
Oh, yes. How else are we going to thank the woman who kept 227 together?
Let's open the champagne.
Let's hold the champagne, Mary.
Lester?
I'm not telling him anything. You sold the lamp.
Oh, Lester, now you two still fighting over that lamp. Lester, that was a mighty poor lamp.
That's what you think.
Rose, I think they're trying to tell us something.
Well, let's get on with it. I want some champagne.
Mary.
Well, okay. The money...
What?
The money was in the lamp.
My money's gone?
My jacuzzi's gone?
My grave is gone.
Mary, this is all your fault.
A minute ago, I was a jolly good fellow.
A minute ago, we didn't know how dumb you was.
Now, hold it, ladies. I hid the money in the lamp, and Mary didn't know it.
You see, if I owned this building, none of this would have happened, and I still would have had my blender.
I would have still had my building.
Now I'd had somewhere to rest my soul.
Well, Mary, you've done it again.
Come on, ladies. I knew it was a mistake to trust her.
Rose? What?
I'm sorry.
Sorry isn't going to save the building, Mary.
Mom, can I please go do my homework?
Go ahead, coward. Well, I guess they're through with us.
Us?
Lester?
Don't you mean you?
Well, I meant well.
Mary, they trusted you. And speaking of trust, we haven't stayed married all these years by violating ours. I told you not to sell that lamp, and you did it anyway. Now, you think how you'd feel if I'd done that to you.
I know, you're right. I'm sorry. The last thing I want is for you to lose confidence in me. I know you're the head of the house, and I didn't show you any respect. But I didn't mean to hurt you. Honey, why is it every time I try to do something good, it turns out bad?
Baby, you try harder than most folks.
Well, maybe I should just stop trying.
Then you wouldn't be yourself.
Honey, I gotta find a way to make this up to Rose. You don't have $2,500 you're not telling me about, do you? That does it. I wouldn't care if Rose begged me, I wouldn't stay in this building.
What's wrong?
I'll tell you what's wrong. A tenants meeting in the laundry room, that's what's wrong. To which I wasn't invited. They were eating the apple pie that should have been mine.
Cheer up. They'll get fat and you won't.
It's not funny, Lester. They hate me.
No, they don't, Mom.
Yes, they do. And it's all Calloway's fault. Probably died on purpose, the old goat. But I wonder who that could be. Nobody in the building speaking to me.
Hi, Brenda. You want to come downstairs for some apple pie?
Can I go, Mom?
Ask your father.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Miss Jenkins, there's a lady out here to see you.
Thank you, honey. Hello.
Hello.
My husband bought this here this afternoon.
Come in.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that it doesn't go anywhere in our apartment.
Oh, well, we'll take it back. I believe you paid $5 for it.
Aha, there you are, Louise.
You paid $5 for this?
Louise, that's my lamp. I like it.
Dear, it's awful.
It has character, dear.
It's pukey. They're willing to take it back.
Louise, I bought it, I'm keeping it, and that's final.
We'll give you $50.
What? Cash?
$50? Why?
My wife has a sentimental attachment to it. Don't you dare.
You know how I feel about it, dear.
Then why did you sell it to me?
Oh, she did it to help a friend, and then after she sold it, she cried.
Oh, Harold, if it means that much to her, we'll have to let her have it.
I guess so.
Oh, you're a kind man, Harold.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I promise you she'll never part with it. Thank you.
What about my 50?
Oh. There you are.
Thank you.
Is it still there?
Just give me a chance. Ah, here it is. Everything turned out perfect.
Yeah, except you paid $50 for the lamp.
I'm gonna put this away.
You know, I have half a mind to keep this. Oh, it's you.
Mary.
Oh, it's Mary again?
Oh, Mary, please try to understand. We were disappointed and very angry. But you know, when you walked out of that laundry room, we realized the whole reason we had that sidewalk sale, and that was to stay together. And if you're not with us, then we're not together.
We're sorry, Mary. We had no business blaming all this on you.
Even though you started the whole mess.
Sandra!
All right. Mary, forgive us. We were wrong. Not that you were particularly right.
Yes, she was. She was thinking of all of us. You're being a very good neighbor.
The best neighbor. Mary, can you forgive us?
Well, is that all that's left in my pie?
Girl, I'll bake you another one.
And I'll bake you one, too.
Do you need any boiled water?
Well, here we are, one big happy family again.
Until we get evicted.
Oh, no, money or no money, I am not selling the building. Now, if they want to close it down, they have to get by all of us to do it.
Just let them try.
Mary, aren't you going to tell them about...
Timing, dear. Timing is everything. So, aside from character assassination in your meeting, did you come up with any big ideas?
Well, we had a few.
I know. Let's have a bake sale. Why, we could all bake cookies.
Well, no, I mean...
How about making some pot holders and going door to door?
Man, stop turning the screws. We got the lamp back, and Mary's got all the money right there in her pocket.
Spoiled sport. No place, child. Hey, Rose.
Hey, what's happening?
Girl, this is my favorite part of the day. Got Brenda off to school, Lester off to work, and now I can have a moment's peace.
I know what you mean.
Oh. Pearl, what is it?
I had an awful scare. I woke up and my clock radio was playing harp music.
Oh, Pearl?
I'm going to my high school reunion in a couple of days, and I want to show up alive.
Oh, Pearl, there's nobody more alive than you, child.
Has Sandra come sashaying off to work yet?
Any minute, you're going to hear how she's going off to pursue her career in the business world.
As we sit here wasting our lives away as housewives.
Check out the routine.
Good morning, Pearl. Good morning, Rose.
Morning, Mary.
Child is sickening.
Oh, Mary. You know, it's none of my business, but I bet if you were nicer to her, she'd be nicer to you.
There is that danger.
Oh, here she comes.
Good morning, Pearl. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Mary.
Are you sick, child?
No, I just thought I'd take a day off. I need to relax. Nothing to do upstairs.
Well, Sandra, why don't you join us?
I thought you'd never ask. Sandra is here.
Should we kneel?
Mary.
Well, here we are. What do we girls do today?
We?
Well, right now we're having our coffee break.
Oh, well, good, if that's the routine. Okay, what's the latest dirt? Who do you usually talk about? I knew you wouldn't accept me.
Oh, Sandra, we accept you.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do. Don't we, Mary?
I lost my job.
What?
I got fired yesterday.
That's terrible.
I'm out of work. They showed me the door and said, go. Ooh. Thank goodness I have friends like you. I mean you.
Sandra, it's gonna be all right.
No, it won't.
Oh, Sandra, I'm sorry you lost your job.
No, thank you, Mary. It's nice of you to comfort me when you don't like me.
I wouldn't say that. I like you. In fact, if there's anything I can do to help.
Like what?
Well, dinner tonight.
Ooh, thank you. What do you have?
Well, I hadn't thought about it.
Could it be oysters, Rockefeller? They relax me.
If we have any left. I should have known better. She's a half an hour late.
It's only 25 minutes, Mom.
Well, she's still late, Brenda. And your father is starving.
I had a donut.
You had a donut before dinner?
You know, that eggplant you're cooking in there really smells good.
It's not eggplant, dear. It's ratatouille Provençal. And remember to call it that.
Ratatouille Provençal. I get it. You're showing off for Sandra.
I am not showing off. It's just eggplant with a pedigree.
Mom, I feel sorry about Miss Clark losing her job.
Oh, finally.
Rock! 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 Alligator! Alligator! No! No! No!
Pearl, what in the world?
This is my outfit I'm going to wear to the school reunion. How do you like it?
It's fine.
Not too preppy?
No, it's fine.
I hope Edward is there. He always did have the hots for me. Well, excuse me. I got to show Rose my new outfit. Ross, sit, boot, rock.
Oh, that Pearl is an inspiration. Where is this woman?
Hello, Mary. Brenda, Lester.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi, Miss Clark.
I hope I'm not too early.
Believe me, you're not.
Oh, good. It's so gauche to be early. I just hate gauche, don't you?
Gauche is fine when it's on time.
Oh, Mary, you look ravishing. I bet that rascal husband of yours be busy tonight. Oh, Brenda, look at you. What are you, 17 now?
14.
Really? It's hard to believe you and Mary are anywhere near old enough to have such a grown-up daughter.
Thank you.
For you, Mary. Just a little naive domestic burgundy. I hope you're serving something red.
I'll put ketchup on it.
That's funny. I love a sense of humor. Oh, look at this table. It's beautiful.
Well, I guess we better get dinner out. Why don't you come in the kitchen with me?
Okay, we'll talk girl talk. I've never done that before.
So, any new leads on a job?
Not yet. Mary, I don't know what to do with myself. I really miss working.
Must be difficult for you. I bet you were fired for no good reason, too.
No. There was a reason. You're dying to know why I was fired, aren't you?
Is the Pope Polish?
Well, I must say I saw it coming when the vice president started bringing me flowers.
Ah, vice president troubles, huh?
Trouble with his wife. Number 44 bus, then transfer to 18?
No, it's best to take the number 42 over to N Street, then walk to...
Walk?
Well, you could transfer to the number 12 and then... Hey, why don't I just drop you off down there? I have to go by the main office today anyway.
Would you? You don't mind, do you?
Of course not.
No.
Well, we better get going. Bye, babe.
See you.
Ooh, I love trucks. They're so masculine. Thank you.
Afternoon, Mary. Thought we'd drop in to see if you had any new recipes.
Let's get on to the nitty-gritty. How long do you intend to put up with this Lester Sandra thing?
I'm gonna put up until you two shut up. There is no Lester Sandra thing. Now, I know it's dull around here and y'all need something juicy to talk about, but this is not it.
Aren't you just a little bit jealous?
Not a bit.
Do you believe that?
Not a bit.
She works in the office. He works in the field. They never even see each other.
Drove her to work Tuesday.
That was Wednesday.
Brought her home Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Miss Snoopies, have you noticed that he hasn't driven her since?
It's only Thursday.
Hey, babe. Hi, ladies.
Hi. Hi, honey. How was your day?
Oh, same old stuff.
Lester, what do you want these?
Oh, thank you. Any place handy.
Don't look like the same old stuff to me.
I have to review all this junk. We may be involved in a lawsuit on the Burnside building.
Oh, really?
Mr. Nathan was livid about it.
Almost popped his ulcer when they told him.
Spilled his milk all over his pants.
Sandra poured this big glass of water on him.
Well, I had to do something. He was turning sour. Well, I got a date with a bubble bath. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, Mary, wasn't it wonderful about the baby?
Baby? What baby?
Oh, Louise, the accountant, had a baby. Didn't I tell you?
No.
Guess I forgot. Nothing unusual about it. Baby girl, 12 pounds, 8 ounces.
12 pounds? Honda makes a car smaller than that.
Sister, I don't appreciate some... Don't you two ladies have to get dinner?
No. Well, maybe we should run along. Lester has had a hard day.
He's gonna have a harder night. Bye, Mary.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, bye, ladies. Now, Mary, before you go getting all bent out of shape, I'm sorry I forgot about the baby.
It's not just the baby. She knows more about your days than I do.
But you know more about my nights. Well, she works there.
Well, that makes sense, I guess. But I don't have to like it.
Instead of worrying about all that, how about giving me a real kiss? I just got home from work.
Well, that's a good idea. See you tomorrow.
Say what?
She said something about a bubble bath and see you tomorrow. You gonna be with her again?
In a bubble bath? I wouldn't dare.
Lester.
But I am gonna be working in the office for the next few days, having meetings.
Well, why didn't you tell me that?
Probably because I just got home. You know what? You're jealous.
I am not.
Yes, you are. That's cute. Come on, baby. You asked me to help her get a job. She's a good worker, and that's all I care about. And you know that.
Well, I guess I'm being silly.
That's right.
Maybe she'll get caught in a snowstorm and freeze her wiggle off.
Is that one of them new exercise programs?
Girl, just trying to make my mind up about something.
Well, could you please hurry it up? I'm not getting any younger.
I'm just trying to decide whether to drop in and take Lester to lunch.
Oh, checking up on him, huh?
No. Lester has never given me any reason to check up on him, and I'm not going to start now.
Sit right there, child. Lester is not the one to worry about. It's Sandra. I know. Because when I was young, I was hot stuff, too. You saw me with my pom-pom.
I don't know what Sandra's doing, but she is not trying to steal Lester.
Honey, it happens. I know. I had the looks, the move, the same wiggle like Sandra, until I threw my back out.
Oh, Pearl.
Mary, listen to me. Lester doesn't even know what's happening to him.
Pearl, you're exaggerating.
Am I? What time is it get home from work?
5:30.
What time is it go to bed?
About 10:30.
So, you've got 5 hours, she's got 8.
You know how to treat a woman. What a lovely rose.
Yeah.
Mary will love it.
Well, every once in a while, I get the message that it's flower time.
I'll put it as water for you.
Good idea. I'll be in the meeting.
Okay. Oh, well, hello, Mary.
Hi. I was just in the neighborhood and thought I'd stop by and take Lester to lunch.
Well, he's in a meeting. It shouldn't be too long. Do you wish to wait?
So, how do you like it here?
It's nice.
I don't get down here too often. Anything new and exciting?
Just me. Stumer and Nathan Construction. Oh, yes, Mr. Stumer. Now, no calls, Mr. Stumer. Well, if you insist. Freddie. I'll tell Lester you're here. Mr. Nathan, could you... What? Oh, yes, I'll bring them right in. I don't know how they ever got along without me.
Can't imagine. So what did Lester say?
He said file this. Oh, I forgot to tell him about you. I'll ring him.
Hi, Sandra.
Oh, hi, Tommy. You can go right in. They're expecting you.
You are looking sexy as ever today.
Well, it's the least I can do with all you handsome men around. Oh, I forgot all about you again, didn't I? Yes? Oh, yes, Lester, the box is here. But it's heavy. Well, I could drag it in. Oh, could you? Oh, by the way, Lester, you're... He hung up.
This is one of those days.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lester. I couldn't lift it.
Don't apologize, Sandra. Believe me, I'm glad Alice quit. Besides, you're much better looking.
Mary's here.
Where?
On the other side of the box.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. Came to take you to lunch unless you're too busy with Miss Better Looking.
Look, Mary, stop that. That was just office talking. You know it didn't mean anything. Now, about lunch.
You don't think I'm better looking than Alice?
Oh, he does. He said so. I heard him.
Can we just let it go?
What about me? Am I better looking than Alice?
Mr. Nathan is better looking than Alice. I'm trying to tell you about lunch.
Where do you want to go?
I can't go. We have to work.
We? Is that we as in you and Miss Wiggle?
Mary, come on. Look, I got you a rose. Here.
You're giving me her rose?
I got the rose for you.
It was on her desk.
She put it in water for me. Mary, the rose is for you.
She was sniffing my rose?
That does it. I'm not going through this again. You're just as bad as all those other wives. I try to be my natural loving self, and this always happens. Well, if you want to keep an eye on your man, well, then you take the job. I quit.
Sandra! Well, are you satisfied? She was doing a great job.
Sandra, who's this? What happened to the sexy one?
You are not leaving.
Bro, will you stop playing games? I have to get to the market. And I don't want to talk to Sandra.
Stay where you are. Don't let me have to get rough with you.
Look, Pearl, it is not my fault that she quit. Besides, she don't want to talk to me anyway. Who is it?
Sandra.
I told you.
Now you stay here and you talk to Mary.
And don't come out until you make up.
She hurt my neck.
Sandra.
I think I got whiplash.
Sandra, I'm sorry.
Really sorry.
Really sorry. Sandra, sit down. I can't believe I acted like a jealous wife.
I'm used to it. It's my persona. Looks, brain, sensuality. It's all a curse.
It must be.
You, on the other hand, have been blessed.
With no looks, brains, or sensuality?
I didn't mean it that way.
Sandra, look. You don't have to work at making men like you. They just do.
I know.
But you could try working at making women like you.
Why?
Well, it could make life easier and longer.
Well, I suppose. I don't know why you worry about Lester anyway. In all the years I've known him, he's never even winked at me. You sure he never studied to be a minister?
Sandra, I'm sorry you quit your job because of me. In fact, I wish you'd take it back.
Why should I?
Because they like you. Lester said they're very impressed with your work.
No more worries about me and Lester?
None. And if I'm wrong, I'll just kill you.
Well, I do like it there. And they do have some good fringe benefits. Like that cute man in accounting.
Harvey Allen?
Uh-huh.
He's a friend of Lester's.
Why don't you and Lester come up to my place for dinner tomorrow night?
Okay. What should I bring?
Harvey.
Oh. And then we get sick and cancel, and Harvey shows up alone.
You know, Mary, I think you and I are finally beginning to understand each other.